So The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
This is something that we did watch the trailer for on the show. And then I think after we watched the trailer, we had found out, or I think Wolf actually pointed out to us that, Leigh Whannell was the person that... Did he write and direct?
Yes, he did.
So he did both. And that made us both way more interested, like, immediately.
Yeah.
I think we didn't know that till after the fact. I'm like, oh, shit. And I thought the trailer looked really good. And so I was excited for this movie. And then the release kind of snuck up on me. Like, I remember seeing, like, I think I saw some commercials for it. I'm like, oh, shit, is that coming out soon? And then it did. It came out a week ago yesterday. And I wanted to see it regardless. But then on top of that, I saw that it was getting very positive reviews. So that made me even more excited. And I was not disappointed in the least. I really fucking enjoyed The Invisible Man. I guess, like, on top of that, I don't know if I'd call myself a fan, but I found that I apparently do watch quite a few things that have Elizabeth Moss in them. So I guess I'm a fan.
I think you're a fan of Elizabeth Moss.
I guess I'm a fan. I know you, for some reason, you were always freaked out by her or you said something about that. But yeah, like, I watch her in Handmaid's Tale.
Scares me.
She's in Us. She's in this. She was phenomenal in this. I'm sure. Yeah. Anyways, I liked it. Rick, what did you think? I liked it a lot.
Oh, I freaking loved it, man. It was so good.
It's really fucking good.
On every level, good.
Yeah.
Like, suspense, the movie making part of this, the acting, like, everything about this, like, was amazing.
It hit on every level, man.
Yeah. The beginning was interesting.
I was like, man, that house is
that's a
fucking
really nice house. Well, first, let me start off with the beginning of this part, which is the opening credits.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that fucking awesome? So
I thought that was amazing. I almost said something right then. I'm like, man, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. The opening credits show, like, you see the house on the ledge, and then you see water's crashing up against
some
rocks and caves. And as the water crashes up and then comes back down, you see all the water dripping off the title.
The credits appear.
The credits and the Invisible Man.
It was amazing.
That was clever. That was like one of my favorite.
It looked really good too, and it looked really good
for a technical aspect of it. But that was awesome. But that house that she was in was huge.
Just right on the freaking
and right
water,
on the
too.
Water, like when I see that
bed.
Yeah, like that scares me. I don't know why, being on a cliff like that. Like I wouldn't.
I don't know about the cliff part, but like being right on the water like that, like it was.
Like when you see Tony Stark's house, like in Malibu, that's hanging over the. Oh fuck that! Yeah, I would not live in a house like that.
Okay.
But anyways, but as far as the movie, like. The movie is amazing. Like, everyone in here does a fantastic job. Where do I even begin? Like, I was gonna write everything down and I didn't, which was bad of me.
Fail.
I know. But, it's just, everyone does a fantastic job in acting in this. Like, everyone. And, Leigh Whannell as a writer and director is amazing. And I felt like I like what he did with the camera in this. When watching the movie, like to the part where we know the Invisible Man is somewhere there. The way he positions the camera or where he puts the camera is like one of the smartest things he did. Because like we have Elizabeth Moss sitting down or standing talking to someone. And the camera is like this focus, like right on her. And then slowly it just starts, it turns into a wide shot. And rather having her center, you see her in the lower third or lower left-hand corner. And then it gets wider. And because it's insinuating that someone is there behind her. So it's almost even goes out of focus to show what's behind her rather than what's focused on her.
Did you find? I found myself looking in places like
just
in different places waiting for stuff.
That was such a smart move.
Yeah.
And like such a genius thing to do. Because it gives you wanting to look at her and also wanting to find out if something's going to move around. So yeah, all that camera work with that, and how showing showing ways of not showing where the person is at was amazing.
Yeah.
That's something that I really liked about it. And the fact that we got to make this more modern. Like how we're gonna why is he gonna be invisible, rather than doing something like radiation or superhero like. This guy's in San Francisco. He's a tech billionaire genius person who invents this fiber optic suit that reflects light, so you can't see where he's at, which I thought that was genius. So I like that modern twist to that.
I mean, I'm not familiar really with the lore of this movie of the Invisible Man at all. Like, I mean, I know of the character, but I don't know. I
think it was supposed to be. I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's supposed to be like a science experiment that gone wrong.
Probably.
That turned him into the Invisible Man.
I guess I'm saying this is the first time I've really dipped my toe into anything the Invisible Man. Other than just being aware that it exists.
Yeah, it's part of the whole Universal monsters.
Yeah.
Werewolf, Dracula, and Frankenstein monsters. And the Invisible Man is supposed to be one of them.
Yeah.
So,
on a funny side note with this movie, you kept making jokes about well, how are we gonna see it? It's the Invisible Man. But
yeah, I forgot to make that joke at the beginning.
I kept thinking of. Do you remember? I have a feeling you're gonna say you don't, but if I played it for you, and I'll play it for you off the air. Do you remember a song by 98 Degrees called "The Invisible Man"? And it's kind of like a love ballad. That song was in my head a lot for some reason before seeing this movie, so that's my thing.
I don't think I was a big 98 Degrees fan.
You know how it was. I wasn't a fan. Don't put shit out there. I'm not saying I was a fan. I mean, well, I won't say that, but their music was everywhere. You must have been living under a rock.
I probably was.
Yeah, I think you were.
I was reading comics. What real guys do.
I mean, it wasn't hard to hear their music. It was all over everything. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah. I fucking love it.
I fucking loved it too. I was not disappointed in the least. Any new opinions about Elizabeth Moss other than for some reason she freaks you out? In Us, I get why she freaks you out, but come on.
Oh, she's great.
Okay.
She's fucking fantastic in this film. She's an actor of superb level.
She's an actor.
Actor of superb level, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone plays their part really well in this. And the story is just so good.
I was captivated the whole time. And you know what? So was the fucking theater. I said this, I think, to Kevin, one of our friends that we saw the movie with, after you had left. But it was insane. That theater, the theater we saw it in was full. The theater was full. So 1 week later, the theater was still, that's still doing good business. And it was insane to me how into the movie everybody was. It was so quiet. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
I haven't been in a theater where it's been that quiet since we saw A Quiet Place. And I was reminded of that. I was sitting there, I'm just I was afraid to move. Everyone was everyone in that movie was on the edge of their seat. And the movie had everybody in the palm of their hands, which is amazing. So you picked up on that too? It was so quiet.
People were actually behaved in the theater.
It was insane. And that just shows that the movie had everybody.
Yeah.
It had everybody's attention.
Yeah. The modern take on this Invisible Man was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The story is great. It's so good.
Yeah.
You need to go see this.
You have to. I'm gonna say this right. I'm gonna say this now. I feel I know it's early in the year.
Oh.
I feel it's early in the year, but I feel I don't know how this movie wouldn't make my top 5. I think this movie will make my top 5.
I could agree with you on that too.
Yeah. I know there's still a lot of year left, and so I'm not trying to be that person, but right now as it stands, it's definitely in there, and I don't see it leaving.
When I talked to when I pulled Kevin aside, when we were going to Bar Louie, that's what I told him. I was like, there's no doubt this is probably going to make my top 5.
Okay. All right.
But I did say that it's still young. The hair is still young.
Definitely still young, but like, it's going to be in there. I think it's going to be in there.
So really quick before we get into spoilers, like one of my fears kind of falls into this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And but it's not knowing what's there or what's ahead or what's around you.
The fear of the unknown.
Yes. So, like, it sounds stupid, but like the dark, being in the dark, being afraid of the dark. Yeah, I'm afraid of the dark every once in a while.
I think everybody can be. I mean, that's when your mind starts to play tricks on you.
Exactly. But so yeah, so like this movie does a really good job at freaking you out, especially when you have that fear heightened like I do. Because like honestly, like 20 into the minutes of the movie, like I almost kind of wanted to leave because I was scared.
Oh, come on.
I was like, this movie is too damn creepy, man. I think I have to leave. But I'm like, no, I gotta sit through it. And fuck. Yeah, I'm glad I did sit through it.
Yeah, come on. You sit through The Conjuring and stuff. You could do this.
Oh, I know, because it literally shows you nothing because it lets your mind fuck with your head.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about this movie. It's not knowing what's there, not knowing... Like, it does a really good... He does a really good job at doing this.
It does such a good job of just capturing your attention right away. Like, immediately, I thought... Like, immediately I was run... Like, I suck at podcasting this week. I'm just going to say that. But from the moment the movie started, I was instantly, like, interested. Like, what's happening? Like, why is she trying to escape? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't expecting that. You know? Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I thought. You know? So the movie does such a good job of making you guess, keeping you guessing, like, from the onset. You know? And I can't say enough good things. I can't. Wolf, I see that you say you're still there. I hope you're not listening, though. But I'm glad you're still there.
Because we're going to get into spoilers.
Yeah. So let's get into some spoilers then. We're going to talk... So, if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, man, this show sucks. Like, I don't know why I can't speak today. You go. Talk.
Spoiler time. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, go. What do you want to talk about?
The design of the suit. I really like the design of the suit. The way, like, I mean, some other people might think it's stupid that I'm talking about this, but as someone a fan of technology, I know it's not real tech, but
you don't know it's not.
That's true. There could be someone right behind me right now. But like the way they showed the suit and the way it moves, like. I don't know, the way they designed it I thought was really cool. They look like just a shit ton of eyeballs connected to a suit.
I can see that.
Which kind of makes sense too, because or little orbs that will reflect the light away from you.
Or like marbles.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome. What else? I'm glad the dog didn't die or get hurt. I had a feeling he was going to get kicked. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
I was getting nervous about that. It warmed my heart so much. I feel so dumb saying that, but like when she goes back to the house and the dog was so happy to see her, and then she goes into like kind of a lab or whatever, and the dog's standing right next to her and stuff. Like, I don't know, that was a cool shot because you just kind of see their shadows and stuff.
Yeah. The dude's evil. Straight up pure evil. The way he manipulates everyone around him to make her the enemy to everyone else was fucking disgusting.
It was so fucked.
Yeah. He sets her up so badly in this to make her look like she's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And that's just messed up.
Did it so well too, because there's a lot of times where like the thing would happen And I didn't even piece together immediately like how this is really gonna fuck her in the end. Because sometimes they would give you one piece of the puzzle, and then another event would happen.
It seems out of place.
That would connect the other piece. I was like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? This piece of shit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I think I felt like I wanted to kill this guy too.
Yeah.
The way he was just an awful person. What was I gonna go into next? Should we just go straight up to the ending then?
I mean, yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
I like the creepiness leading up to like her finding out.
Yeah. I think they did a really good job. Before we get there, I think they did a really good job of making you care about all the characters in the movie. You know, like, and they didn't even have to do a whole lot, but like immediately, like, you kind of felt for the family she was staying with. Like, they made you care about. I'm blanking on the names.
I think her name was Sydney.
They made you care
the
about.
Little girl.
Where is it?
Yeah, Sydney.
They made you care about her. They made you care about James. And they didn't do a whole lot to make that happen. They showed a couple scenes of them, you know, together. Now, granted, was it really explained why she was staying with them? And like, I mean, just for safety. And was it kind of like these were people that, her sister
It was her sister's, I think something in law.
Okay.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I don't remember.
At the beginning, after she escaped.
Yeah. But I think that's really good when they could do that, you know, and like that makes the movie better. Like when you care about all the characters involved, it makes all the events that happen later like hit that much harder, you know. And I think the movie did that like with very little time, you know, not meaning like not that the movie's short. It's not.
It's 2 hours.
It's not. But I mean, like they didn't waste a lot of time making you care for these characters. They just had some little quick scenes that instantly made you like be sympathetic towards or get to know these characters, you know? So I thought that was really good. It was just so fucking interesting, man.
Yeah, little lead up or callbacks to the beginning, the pepper spray, the medication, the fire extinguisher, like you see those come into place knowing that they're going to come back. And it's like it's just waiting for those payoff moments where like, oh yes, fuck yeah. Like when she used the pepper spray on him, like I was waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
He's a really good writer and knows how to write suspense and reveals.
So something Kevin and I were talking about, which, you know, I'm going to bring up The Haunting of Hill House again. The guy that plays Adrian is in The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, that's funny.
The guy that is the Invisible Man. So he's in The Haunting of Hill House, and I didn't pick up on it. Kevin did. And it's like, I'm like, is it? I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That is him. So many things in the universe trying to get you to watch that show, Rick. You know,
I know.
Lock and Key has a very alive house. Haunting of Hill House has a house that's like a character too. You know, one of the main characters from Haunting of Hill House is in The Invisible Man, a movie that we both really love. So all the signs are there.
So the ending.
Hold on, before that. Though, I think one of the creepiest parts in the movie also is just when you first start to get hints of he's there. And she thinks that he's there, but she doesn't know. But when the blanket starts to get pulled off the bed, off both girls sleeping in the bed or whatever, I'm like, fuck, this is... It was creepy in the scary sense, and it was creepy in the creep sense, if that makes sense. Because you're just like, what's this guy gonna do? He's invisible. There's two girls sleeping in a bed. He's slowly pulling the blanket off. You know what I mean?
And he starts taking pictures.
Well, we found that out later, yeah. But...
Well, it's kind of assumed you saw the flashes and then when he was taking the pictures.
You know what's funny is I I didn't assume that. When I saw that happen, I thought the guy was trying to wake her up and was flicking the lights off and on. I think he was just going dun, dun, like this, you know. That's what I thought. I know now it's what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought it was.
To me, it wasn't. To me, it wasn't. Well, you're just a super intelligent, smart man. I didn't think about that immediately. I thought he was trying to like wake her up or fuck with her. So I thought like, yeah, pull the blanket off and then like, you know, a switch that's like a, you know, like
the light switch. Yeah, I don't have one in here.
Like that kind of switch, not the push one, but like this. I thought it was just kind of going like that, you know, fucking with them. And then she gets up. Like, could you imagine? They didn't do it, but can you imagine? Because you're watching and it's like, I'm looking at the seat cushion of that chair that's in the room. Like, it does kind of look like it's sort of like indented.
Yeah. Ugh.
And then she takes the sheet and throws it over the chair, and I'm like, could you imagine if they actually made it to where you did see a body right there? I'm like, oh fuck. Which I'm actually surprised that was. I don't know if I think it's awesome that they didn't use that sort of visual, or if I'm disappointed that they didn't, because
I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I think it would
have been obvious. But at the same time, though, like that's such a creepy thing, like to just take something and like you throw it and like, oh fuck,
it is creepy. But when you see that too many times, though.
No, and I get it, but you could have shown it once, because you know that's kind of like when you think of a ghost, the first thing you think of is like a sheep ghost. So she does that, and then there isn't a body. There's no frame of a person underneath it. But then she starts dragging the sheet, and someone's feet is on it, and she can't pull. Dude, that was a creepy fucking scene. That was such a creepy scene.
I didn't like that.
Can you imagine just staring at something and you know something is standing on this sheet?
I don't want to, man. I don't want to.
And you're looking straight ahead, but there's nothing there, but you could see that it's preventing you. Dude. This movie was fucking great. Like, this is probably one of the best scary / horror, thriller, suspense movies that I've seen since we first saw The Conjuring. It's fucking right there. It's right there. Like, it's like that. I left seeing The Conjuring being like, man, there hasn't been a movie like that in forever. And I've left this movie being like, man, there hasn't been a movie that's made me feel like this since The Conjuring. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not doing a comparison. I'm saying that has been like, fuck, this is good.
No, I felt that way too. This was something not necessarily new, but it was something done well. It was
fucking good. Yeah.
It was done well. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot I was going to mention that too, about the blanket and him standing on it. That creeped me the fuck out.
And then I started thinking like when she calls his phone, which that's fucking creepy too. It's like, oh fuck. So now you know. Now you've really confirmed this whole thing. And then she goes up into the attic, and I'm just like, what are you thinking going up there for? Like, what if he's just sitting up there? Like, you know? And she's just there. You know, like there are so many times where it's like she knows that he's nearby. She knows he's there, but she's just kind of still there too. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, I don't know. The movie was super creepy, man. But let's go to the ending, because you want to go to the ending, or you know, I guess more to the climax.
Yeah. So, find out. Or she gets committed basically. Oh, because of that part in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Which I thought was so fucked up.
It was
so fucked up. So she finally gets, after all the shit that she supposedly said in the email, she finally gets her sister to come meet with her in a public place, in a restaurant, to tell her what's going on. And they're talking, and she's trying to explain. And right when she wants to tell her, right when she's explaining, like, they kind of just pause and notice that a knife is just floating
in the middle of the
right
table.
Between the two of them. And she's like, what the hell? And then wham, like, he kills her right in front of her.
Right on the neck.
Right in the neck. And then just, like, hands the knife right over to Elizabeth Moss's character, Cecilia.
Cecilia. So I'm gonna pull this out again with the can you imagine? So the thought that crossed my mind, where I'm just like, oh fuck, like, so her neck gets slit. She really didn't make any noise, and she just immediately went like this. Yeah. She's in the middle of a restaurant, but she's holding this knife. I'm like, fuck, if she hit the knife right away, could she pull off that maybe her friend's just real drunk and passed out? Like, you'd be so fucked in that situation. Like, oh man, the movie was so
That's
good.
why it was so fucking twisted. Like,
but that thought went through my mind. I'm like, man, like, would there be any way? Like, there's kind of
no way.
There's no. It's kind of like suddenly like you're in a big crowd and somehow you're just suddenly naked and you're just like, oh fuck, like what? There's really nothing I could do about this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that part was messed up. But yeah, she goes to the. She gets committed to the hospital, and like she's going through all these interrogations, and then finally, like, she decides. She finds out she's pregnant, decides to kill herself, and then
is she actually pregnant though, or was that just a lie that was told? Like, that's something I still kind of don't know.
Well, like the brother said, like, you really think you were taking birth control?
Right. But I'm still wondering if these were just things that were being fed. Like, I actually want to read that and find out if she actually is supposed to be pregnant or if it was a tool that was used.
I think so, because remember she was trying to kill herself, so she wouldn't. Like, why
that's
would she
true. You're right. You're right.
Why would she want to kill herself?
Right.
She's not gonna...
Well, and that wouldn't work if they were lying to fuck with her. That wouldn't work anyways. You're right. You're right. I'm done. See, smartest man.
He covered his bases. That's why. Like, that dude's fucking evil. And like, that was a smart move to get him to show himself in order for her to stab the shit out of him and break that suit. And that hospital hallway scene was amazing. Mm-hmm. The camera work is straight up camera work that was used in Upgrade, which is a movie he wrote.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. I never saw that. I remember watching the trailer, though.
Yeah.
In theaters?
Yeah, in theaters.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I recommend it.
And have I seen Insidious Chapter 3? Because he directed that one. I haven't seen that one, huh?
No, I saw it at the YouTube space,
That's
remember?
Right. And you liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, yeah. But, so yeah, some of that camera work with the hallway scene, like the way it moves, like,
I know
like
that
whips up
stuff,
and down.
That's
like that was an upgrade. Yeah,
you love that sort of thing.
So that was cool. But then we find out at the end that he was held captive because it was his brother that was doing all of it, supposedly. But she ends up meeting him for dinner at his house. Yeah. And trying to get a confession, supposedly. But really, her ulterior motive was to use that extra suit that she hid to have him kill himself.
Right. Because they built up the whole movie that, I mean, essentially she was in a very controlling, like, arguably abusive relationship.
Yeah. Very abusive relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
And, so, like, that was awesome. Like, she just wanted that confirmation, and that's when he said surprise in that sentence, confirming that it was totally him behind it.
When did he say surprise?
Remember when she got committed into the hospital?
Yeah, he said surprise.
He's right there. He said surprise, and then when
I know she said surprise after she slit his throat. Yeah, she said it.
Yeah, he said it too. Yeah, right when he gets. Like, he was sitting over here, she was sitting over here. He gets up to go over her, talk to her, and he says something like to the effect where he had to say, like, the word surprised.
And then says surprise?
Yeah, watch it again.
Okay, all right.
And,
all right, let's go.
All right. And he says that, and that's when she kind of, like, gives him a look like, okay, I need to clean myself up, because she wanted to go into that room.
I totally missed that.
Grab the second suit and fucking kill the shit out of him. And that was fucking amazing. And then her acting, like, oh my God, my husband killed himself, blah, blah, blah. Just to slowly creep out of the camera view. And then, like, that shift change. Her face change, just like, yeah, fuck you, asshole. Oh, God, this movie was so fucking good, dude.
It was. And then, I mean, then, like, James knew. I think James obviously knew that she did it. And he...
Well, yeah, because remember they showed the shot of him looking down into the bag that she had that extra suit.
Well, right. Well, he saw that, so he knew, and she just kept
It
talking.
was like a standoff, basically.
She kept talking.
Are you gonna fucking rat on me or not?
Right, and then he said, no, it sounded like he killed himself. And then they both kind of smiled, or sort of, she kind of smirked.
I don't think he really smiled. She smirked.
She smirked, and then she I think touched him while walking away, and he touched her back, like kind of implying that, like, okay, I'll go along with this. I get it.
Yeah.
But and yeah, I mean, let's give credit where it's due. Like the brother was fucking creepy too. The brother attorney, and then at one point, he was exposed as wearing the suit, as a cover up. But can't say enough good things about this movie. I fucking love this movie. I do want to see it again. I'm gonna see it again. Whether or not I see it in theaters, I don't know. I think Annie will really like it. I want her to see it. But I'm gonna watch this again. And yeah, if the year ends today, this movie's definitely in my top 5. And I'm gonna say I don't see how this movie doesn't make my top 5. I'm gonna say it. Like I feel like it's gonna be in there. I feel like even if it's 5, I feel like there's no way I'm gonna bump this to 6. There's no way.
Yeah.
And right now it's number 1. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't see how this wouldn't make my 5.
Yeah.
Because it was a fantastic movie. Go see it. You have to go see it.
And they've left room for a sequel.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right?
I mean, if they wanted to, I don't think it really needs one.
I'm not saying it needs one, but there's definitely there, and we could definitely get one. I mean, there's definitely story to be told. She's walking away with the suit.
Yeah.
She kind of has this sense of empowerment over herself now, too. And it makes you wonder how she might use that suit in the future. So, I won't sit here and cry if they make another movie. I'm way down. Like, they completely have a story to be told.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.